So we're going to call this one the roommate from hell. This is not a Reddit advice story or whatever. This was actually listener submitted. So we've been up and making the show now for about a month. We had this one rolling sometime last week. Somebody who wanted to see if we felt they were wrong as well, because it's pretty split between their friend group right now. So this one's submitted from my buddy Mo Jones. Hey guys, I need to know if I'm wrong for what I did in this situation. First, let me say I don't put my hands on females. I don't try to fight females. That's not what I do. We're off to a hot start, Mo.
Just thinking that. Strong start.
I got this friend. She was in a bad situation. I need a place to stay, etc. So I let her move in with me because she says she only needed 2 weeks to get an apartment.
Bullshit.
It never actually works out like that. That's why I never let motherfuckers stay with me. Those 2 weeks turn into 3 months. And within those 3 months, she has not paid me any rent and made my house completely uncomfortable to stay in. During the course of those 3 months of her staying at my house, I end up meeting somebody and we started dating. Everything was going good until one day my friend woke up with her attitude and just started going off while I was on the phone with my girl. She said she wanted to talk to my girl because she says she has something that she wanted to say to her. I gave her the phone, and then she proceeded to tell my girl that we've been fucking over the last 5 years. My girl did not believe her, so she gives her the phone back to Mo. As I go back to talk to my girl, the roommate tries to snatch the phone out of my hand and run away. This is where you got to pay attention. I reached out and grabbed her, and she ends up running into the wall and drops my phone. I pick up my phone and see she is walking to go towards the kitchen sink. She then comes back at me with a knife. She ends up cutting me on the hand to the point where I had to get 8 stitches across 3 fingers because I grabbed the knife and held it down until she dropped it. Afterwards, when I realized that I was bleeding, I called the cops on her and had her arrested. Am I wrong for doing that? Because half of our friends are split, saying I was wrong, and the other half are saying I was right to call the cops and have her removed. What do you think? So I had to ask Mo 2 follow-up questions on this because this just sounds like such a muddy situation, and he doesn't give all the details in the story, but I asked, hey, were you actually banging this girl that was staying with you before you met your new girl? Were you guys actually hooking up? And he said, yes, they were hooking up for those 5 years before she moved in. And after she moved in, they continued to hook up. But once she got her boyfriend, they stopped. And she continued to live there. Mo got a girlfriend. This girl got jealous. Mo got a girlfriend. And this story that I just read you happened. So
Okay. Is it like the arrested part? Is that the part he's asking, like, am I in the wrong for having called the cops?
and have her removed from the house. Yeah. Do you think, is he wrong for that? I gave my answer to him pretty much right away because I told him, hey, we're not recording for a couple weeks, but I'm going to work this into the Halloween
Yeah.
episode or whatever because we have a bunch of other shit recorded. But who wants to start?
I'll start if that's okay. I think that, first of all, you and this person are not friends any longer. Like, I hope you don't talk to this person anymore. I don't think that you're wrong. I would have called the cops. She came at you with a knife and you had to get 8 stitches? Like, that is excessive. Ripping the phone out of your hand. The fact that, you know what I'm like. Like, the second she was there for that first month, I would have been like, you have got to go. Like, get out of here. You're freeloading. You think that you can live here. You have a boyfriend. Go live with him. I think no, you're not in the wrong for having called the cops. I think it would have been worse if you didn't call the cops because then it's just like you versus her, like he said, she said. I think it was better to call the cops and just have it sorted out. And anyone who says that you were wrong, I think is delusional. I don't see how you would be in the wrong. I call the cops every time someone comes out with you with a knife. Call the cops.
That's what I told him too. I'm like, dude, I don't know your friends, obviously, but I guarantee you the people who are upset with you for having called the cops on her are the people who are now going to have to deal with her when she gets out of jail and maybe the people like putting her up on the couch. Like, they're upset with you for having done that because she's now no longer your problem. Like
Their
the
problem.
stitches across your hand, going to be their problem now. So, yeah. Ray, what do you think?
I think the fact that you let her stay past the 2 weeks is a godsend. First of all, I think people don't understand when you move in with people, you have to be courteous. You need to ingrain yourself within that household to make it seem like you're not a problem. As soon as you do the slightest of shit, you're already a nuisance. I don't think people understand that because a person, when they get an apartment or a house, they get that for themselves. They don't think about you and your bullshit situation. To be honest with you, you're just like luggage for real. Like, why the fuck are you here? But people need to understand this. 1 to 2 weeks. Don't let people stay longer than that because then they start to feel like they're moving in. Soon as they start trying to get mail sent here, they need to get the fuck up out. You need to go. I don't need no arguments and no fighting. The whole knife shit, if it was me, I probably would have shot her. I'm gonna be honest with you. That's a murderous weapon you coming at me with.
Ding, 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 ding. Raysean threatens to commit a murder on the show. It's only the first time today, I think. That's great.
I know. I was so happy it actually showed up.
That's a new record.
Awesome.
Not to go all the way killer.
The warning shot.
But I'm just being straight honest. I feel like if you are coming at me with a knife, what am I supposed to think? Oh, you're just trying to poke me? The fuck? I'm about to kill. No, I'm gonna do my best to restrain you and call the police. That's what I'm gonna try to do. That's gonna be my intention. But if you get shot, I did what I had to do. Because I just think that's a lot. And I think the fact that y'all were fucking doesn't matter. I mean, that's some jealous shit. She just was jealous. I mean,
it's certainly a complicated situation. I said to him afterwards too, I'm like, I let him know, like, we're not going to be recording. It sounds like this is kind of bothering you. Just so you know, dude, I don't think you're in the wrong at all.
Yeah.
Fuck your friends. If they have a problem with it, tell them to keep the bitch. She didn't have to be here. Fuck them.
True, but I did say to him, I'm like, listen, I don't think you're wrong to have called the cops, but let's just say, dude, you were asking to get fucking stabbed by having this situation be what it was. Like, you knew, and there's a reason why I think anyway, he told me the story the way that he did, and I had to go back and ask him and say, but wait a minute, were you guys fucking in the past? Yeah, we were. Oh, okay, and you thought that this was not going to go poorly with a new girlfriend situation, and this girl's still living on your couch, you know what I mean? Like, I don't think, like, I feel bad for you. I wish that it hadn't happened to you. You were not wrong to call the cops. But man, were you asking for something to happen the longer you let this situation go on? Like, you should have let this girl, you should have had this girl move out long before it escalated to this point.
Didn't she have a boyfriend? Or?
Yeah, that's what it says. Like, it says once she got a boyfriend, they stopped hooking up, and then that's when he met his old girl or his new girl and started this new relationship.
Like, it's okay when it was you, but when it's me, I guess, because she probably
change all that happens, huh?
Survival. She probably had a survival thing in her head. She like, damn, he get close with this bitch. He gonna be talking about she gonna want me to leave.
Maybe.
Where I'm gonna go.
It's a good point.
Now she in the jail.
I have to say, I'm so happy to have gotten, an advice question from a listener, but just like a little side piece of advice, listener. Advice asker. Don't starting anything with I don't hit women. I
don't hit females. I don't look to. I have to reread
red
it,
flag.
right? Because when
this
message came
females,
in, right?
It's so degrading.
I hit both of you guys up. I was like, "Yo, guess what? We got some listener questions. Isn't this cool?" And then I read the first line. I was like, "Oh, it's gonna be a tough one to talk about." First, let me say, I don't put my hands on females. I don't try to fight females. That's not what I do.
Red flag. 100%. I think that's what you do. Like, just so you know. I mean, I'm not saying I think that's what you do, but it makes me.
He teases the end of the story in the very second line of it. Like, I don't fight females, but at the end of this, I've now fought a female and have had her removed from my house by the cops for having her come at me with a knife.
That's true.
That's pretty
I feel
funny.
like the situation calls for it, because I was going to say, I feel like it's situational based if you should hit a female or not. Because, I mean, she coming with you with a knife.
Hurt you.
Yeah.
Defend yourself. Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were like, how was she going to hurt him with the knife? I thought that's what you were about to say.
He grabbed the knife, held it down until she dropped it. He didn't hit her back. He grabbed her at a certain point and she walked into a fucking wall. Like, I don't know, awkward altercations, situations, stuff like that will happen, I guess.
Just saying. sounds suspicious.
Not a great way to lead the story.
No, I'm gonna be honest. If I had got stabbed, I would have blacked out. Whatever happened after that, it would have been what happened.
And I think we all know what would have happened after that. Raysean would have committed a straight up murder.
Yeah. It would have been manslaughter, maybe.
You're not wrong, Mo. And, thank you for, wanting to get our opinions on it to, I don't know, validate whatever action you took at the end there. You were not wrong to have her removed from your house. Like, you got to be careful who you let stay on your fucking couch, dude. Seriously. I had a homeless cowboy stay on my couch once, dude. Within like 6 hours, he was like, I live here now. I'm like, no, you don't. I dropped him off at the train station the next day. It was so bad.
Still one of my favorite episodes.
Yeah, it's an old episode of Dragon Ball Super Dope, the homeless cowboy story. It ties into another friend that had died the year previous, sending me messages from heaven and shit. Some wild, outlandish shit that I had to jump, like some weird hoops I had to jump through mentally to like make myself come to peace with that situation. But again, it all stemmed from a similar kind of situation. You got to be careful who you let stay on your motherfucking couch.
True.
That's it.
And it's going to really test your relationship with whoever it is, because people are different when you only got to meet them for a few hours.
Yeah. Especially if they're a homeless cowboy.